My name is Mo Bounce on Z100 New York, or heard nationwide everywhere else. And you're listening to the PBR podcast.
Yeah,
that's it.
There it is.
Freaking bitch.
He is a consummate professional. Mo Bounce.
How do you spell that word? Consummate.
M-O.
Oh, not bad, right?
Yeah. Damn it, I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? PBR Podcast, Mike Plano, Derek D, Joe Gatto, and sitting in on the Holiday Extravaganza. It's the Holiday
Extravaganza, baby.
Mr. Mo Bounce.
Mo Bounce.
What's up, Mo Bounce?
That's a very ghetto name, by the way. I didn't realize until someone else says my name.
Mo Bounce.
Mo Bounce.
It's like I feel
But didn't you
very-
get that when you were, wasn't that a fat name? Didn't you have that when you were fat?
It was a fat name.
Yeah.
And no offense
But now you're
to
like
fat
most,
people.
now you're
Wait,
Mo Skinny.
Mo Skinny?
Well, people said like less bounce. You know, I mean,
I love Les Bounce.
That's not bad.
but it's not as catchy. So I'll stick with no. It was I lost about 110 pounds.
Wow.
I had weight loss surgery 4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago.
How long ago did you get on the radio?
I've been on the radio since I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
So like 97.
17.
Yeah, 17, 18-ish.
It's crazy how Joe ran off the bat. He's like, well, that was when you were fat, right? Just like,
I was.
yeah, I know, but
I was a fat man.
It's right, like, it's,
Well, me and Mo boys. I know Mo. I know Mo a long
yeah.
time. I can tell he was fat. Just like I can tell, about that shirt. We could talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
We're
Yeah.
friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
not
got a tree in my backyard. You take it down for half price?
yeah. What am I, sexual? What's
You
it?
went right after the plaid. You do look like the guy from Brawny, though, Derek.
It does.
You're like, I'm going to Photoshop
Yo, where's
you.
paper towels at? Just trying to. Wait,
You could wash your bathroom. Like, sweet.
Like clean.
dude, like legit.
Yeah.
One of our listeners just, I don't know how it came up, but they photoshopped Derek into a redheaded Asian.
Dude.
Right?
Normally, that's a normal everyday
Which
thing.
was creepy. So now,
Yeah.
please, everybody, Photoshop him into a Brawny commercial.
Yes, I would love to see you in
Paper
Brawny.
towels
Tag
in
us
his hand.
You're
all
like
in that.
sexy Brawny.
That was creepy as hell, though.
And you have the scruff, like the perfect scruff.
Well, when I cut down trees and
Right?
I take the tree, put it through a limber thing, and it comes out paper towel.
That's Brillo, not scruff.
And it's lumber, not limber.
If Brawny,
Paper towel is called limber.
Oh, gotcha.
I
My
just
bad,
made
my
that up.
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if Brawny wanted to kind of like be hip and do the whole hipster thing,
Yeah, man.
like, you're the guy, Derek.
I am
D.
not a
If
hipster.
Brawny was trying to,
The
yeah.
head part. I like the
Yeah.
hair part thing going
Dude,
on.
if Brawny was trying to break into like Williamsburg, you're the man right now, buddy.
I need some glasses. I need some like.
No, he doesn't wear glasses.
Yeah, but I'm
you
saying-
need like a ill-fitting Scully.
Yes, that's right. Like tilted on
You know what I
purpose.
mean?
And
A couple rips in there. Huh?
I get it.
Little rippies.
Thick brimmed glasses.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what,
man.
dude? It's the extravaganza. So
is.
that's we're all fired up. We're
Holiday.
excited. It's the holidays.
I love it.
Hey, you know what I noticed right off the bat though?
What's that?
Joe Gatto, you over the top with the headphones.
Yeah, I do the back. I go right over the bald spot.
You're straight up Stallone right now, over the top with
That's
the
right.
headphones.
I am. Nice. Good reference.
That's a
Nice.
good point, though, because it's a little foo-foo when I watch the podcast sometimes, and some people, not just the women too, but some guys put them behind. And I do this all the time. I interview people all the time, and you know when people are foo-foo and they want like the oolong tea is when they put them behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just don't
It
look right.
irks the crap out of me.
Well, you know what? I was recently on the morning show with Elvis. And I was super nervous.
You look nervous. I got to be
but-
honest with you.
But no, but that's
listen to
because you
that.
know me though.
Yeah.
But I was.
I'm like, that's not him.
I was a little
No.
nervous. I mean, that's Elvis Duran. He's
Yeah,
got a gold
he's-
microphone.
he's the real deal.
So when I sit down, I normally do that. Because I know we're getting video, and I normally put it in the back. But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's gonna fall off. I'm not gonna hear something he says. I said, fuck it. I'm gonna mess my hair up. I put them on right. I show some respect.
I'm still trying to find those headphones that cover the entire bald spot. 'Cause I get that one glare. You know what I mean? Like they don't make
Kickstarter.
Oh,
Get on
that's
that.
it. Oh, like headphones built into a Scully.
Yeah,
like it's
that's
built
right.
in.
I want 10%.
Skull candies.
Right, Skull.
Skull candies. This sponsor. What's up? What are you doing? Sponsor.
Be like beanie, be like a skull beanie.
Every time you start saying product names, Derek D just throws in DerekD.com. I'm surprised you haven't done it yet.
You just did it for me. Thank
I
you.
did. You're welcome, man.
Derek
Hey,
D.
can I go off skew just for a second?
Absolutely. Is there a skew to be on?
Yeah.
There is. Well, and I said this before, right when I sat down, is that I've never like been a part of something like this, like non-traditional. You know, to me, traditional is radio,
Yeah.
and not being told what to say, but obviously there's rules, and there's this thing called the FCC,
Sure.
Yeah.
and laws, and like keeping the license. Joe, I heard you say a curse word.
Oh yeah. I'm allowed to say
Yeah.
curses here.
No one's going to take a license for that.
So can I say a curse?
Absolutely.
Can I just get it out
Yeah,
of the way?
matter of fact, just don't only say a curse word, but say your favorite one and mean it.
Yeah.
fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Got really hard on that one. Like,
That's good.
The extravaganza.
That's it. It's the
great.
fucking extravaganza.
Oh my
apparently.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Having a blast.
I don't think that's appropriate, gentlemen.
Guys,
Just
let's
because
stop.
you can do it
You
doesn't
know
mean
what?
you have
Well, I
You know
had
what'd
an
be great?
excuse.
You should edit it and just beep everything.
No, I'd be so upset if you did that. I'd be
No,
like,
it's in there.
Come on.
I love when Gatto's on the show because immediately the editing process to this becomes like
Throws out the
10
window.
more hours.
Yeah.
I mean, one time I went on a rant about blacks. Yeah, cut the whole
Yeah,
thing.
Drink the coffee. Drink the coffee.
Actually, you know what? You
I'm
should
going to edit that. Sorry.
Mark that time code.
We should,
right.
we should just like they do when movies on like when it's on regular TV, overdub another word. When
Right. We'll just have
That's the
Dennis's voice.
best. Especially like Bruce Willis gets the most overdubs.
Yippee-
And it's like,
Yeah.
really? Yippee-ki-yay, mother jumper.
Yeah.
didn't say that.
No, we all
Yeah.
love the line.
Yeah.
And it is that time of season, and he is in the #1 Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah, you know, I
Nakatomi
don't,
Plaza.
I don't appreciate people that don't call that a Christmas
It's a-
movie.
we talked
it's a Christmas
about
movie.
It's very festive.
Yeah.
Right,
It
Mo?
is. It is.
It's great.
It's still National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation though.
No, it's not.
It's Love Actually for me.
Still love Elf, man.
Elf.
Well, that's a great one, but that's a more recent one.
All right, well, screw
All right,
you.
thanks IMDb.
So Mo, the pizza and the beers would get you in the room, but this show is really all about the revolution and the revolution of our guest,
Or
right?
the Sergimos.
or what? Or DerkD.com?
No, or the Sergimos.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's not Gianni'sPizzeria.com today. It's
Sergimo.
No, you
It
know,
does
it's
smell
still,
really
it's
good.
still Gianni'sPizzeria.com
because
we
I pay for Sir Jimos.
Okay. So Mo, you said you started in on the radio at 17 years old. Are you from this area?
I'm from Brooklyn originally.
Oh, you're
yep.
from Brooklyn,
Yeah,
man.
His
from
hat
Brooklyn.
kind of gave it away. I didn't think it meant British Knights, but I'm pretty
Burger
sure.
King. People get Burger King all the time. I'm like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
step
but people
back.
wear Brooklyn because it's cool. Like they sell Brooklyn T-shirts and Target.
No, I know.
You're
but
right. No,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. But I'm actually from Brooklyn.
That's
No,
great.
I don't have like a Brooklyn ID.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you don't?
I live in Jersey now.
Oh, where are you in Jersey?
Nice, man.
I live in Bayonne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of like not being in New Jersey.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
It's so close, and it's a little like
You still get an accent. It's dangerous.
And it could be some sketch.
Yeah.
some sketch.
Right?
Yeah, a little sketchy over there. But yeah, growing up in Brooklyn, it's awesome, and I keep really true to those roots because. And people say, "Oh, but you live in," and I don't hide that I live in Jersey. I live in. I'm a transplant.
Right.
But my parents moved to Florida when they retired, which all good retired people.
Yeah.
That's like the rule in law.
Of course.
Especially in Jersey or this area. in the
Yeah,
state.
that's where they go.
Go to Florida.
And if you live in Brooklyn, if you're not from Brooklyn, and you know you're listening and watching, like you have to either move to Florida or to Long Island.
That's right.
Because when the streets get more paved, that's where retirement really sets in. And that's Long Island or Florida.
That's
Yeah,
true.
man.
It's very true.
But no, so.
Are your parents like nowadays? It's very easy to like decipher why people are going to be raised in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
It's hipsters and young people that can't afford to live in the city anymore, moving out there.
Yeah.
But back when your parents were in Brooklyn, it was a different story. So, are your parents first generation here, or like are they from Brooklyn, or are they from?
Yeah, no, my parents are from Brooklyn, and yeah, we grew up East 35th and Avenue P.
So how do you end up there? How'd they end up there?
I don't know.
You
They end up, well, my
You don't
great.
know your family history.
Well,
What kind of douchebag are you?
What kind of ethnicity is bounce? I don't understand. Like,
Oh,
it's
oh,
different.
yeah,
what's
Like,
bounce?
bounce? Is
That's a lot
that
easier to
Jewish?
answer. It is not Jewish. I'm actually half Sicilian and half Lebanese. Mutt to the
you,
fullest.
you are my daughter's nationality.
Really?
My wife's Lebanese. I'm 100% Italian. Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
And you're half Sicilian too. On top of that,
I'm half Sicilian Napolitan. Yeah.
So you're only half Sicilian.
Yes. But
So you can't
I'm
be in
more.
the mob,
I'm more.
technically.
I can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
all right.
Mo, you got to be a fiery dude though. That's like two ethnicities. That's because
No, but I feel like you got the soft parts of both.
that Sicilian
I do.
blood boils, man.
Yeah.
It does. My mom, like, don't screw with my mother.
Wooden spoon.
Wooden spoon on the ass.
Wooden
Yeah,
spoon
man.
when you were
Yes.
younger. Yes.
Yeah.
But the best memory, and I say that it's nice because this is like a homage to mom. Mom will be watching this, by the way. But when the spoon cracks on your ass
Yeah.
and you see it break and it goes in front of you, that was a good one.
Let me ask you,
was a
man.
good one.
Now I'm the last of five. Sicilian mother.
Yeah.
Every Sunday making sauce.
Yep.
Sauce or gravy, man.
Don't say gravy.
See, you got
See, we grew up saying
Say
gravy.
It's gravy.
I
yeah.
say sauce.
Gravy.
What,
Yes.
Derek?
Gravy. It was
Sunday
gravy on it.
sauce.
Yeah,
like
you guys
just
could be
sauce.
wrong. Well, I'm a team
You
Brawny.
guys could be wrong.
Team Brawny right now.
So I'm the last of five. So I've seen that spoon
Yeah.
broken over many buttocks.
Yeah.
Way before me. So by the time I was in old enough to be getting hit,
Yeah.
she just had to rattle the drawer. You know what I mean?
Not just rattling the drawer, but the look too.
Yeah, but my mother wasn't about empty threats like that. Like you got down. My mother
always
didn't
got
rattle. My mother, if you're getting beaten. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you are.
Let-
We had the wooden paddle too.
Oh, a legit paddle?
A legit paddle.
Did they put like an etch each time? Like number
You had a paddle?
76?
Really?
It was a thin paddle. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
thin.
a wooden spoon, but there was also the paddle
That's
too.
even worse.
Let
Well,
me.
we're-
Sorry, go ahead.
That's like
So,
a fetish, though.
We're all Italian dudes right here, but yeah, was it like your dad would yell for anything? Is when your mom got angry, right? Is when
Oh, yeah.
I call it
Well-
the 5 foot fury because
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, the thing was,
My father hit me once. When I called my mother a bitch, he punched me in the stomach at the dinner table. Said, "Don't say that
Yeah.
again." And I never called my mother a bitch again. True story. So
my
one
dad
time
never
father
hit me, but he would get angry about anything. But my mom, she would not get angry, but when she did, get away.
well, see, my mom was always the diplomatic person, but unless she found it.
Really?
Yeah, she was always very. My dad is the yeller and the screamer.
Okay.
But my mom was
Yep.
diplomatic until my dad yelled at her.
Oh.
Dude, same.
Yeah,
That's what.
changes.
Yeah, my mom's diplomatic. It's just when you.
She always protected the kids, but like if they were fighting, forget it.
Oh no,
mom won.
my father was just like, stay by the dining room table, like run around as best you can. he's like, you wear her out, you wear her out.
Let me tell you about Joe's mom and empty threats, because this is something that I'll never forget. My brother,
That's right.
who growing up was a son of a bitch. This weekend, Frank, his name's Frank. He's been on the show. He's still a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he
but
still is.
We were sitting around the dinner table, and Aunt Jerry, it was so wonderful and
You say Aunt Jerry?
Yeah,
That's my mother's.
that-
My
Oh,
mother's
okay.
name is Jerry.
All right, good.
so wonderful and terrifying. My brother reached across the table. Imagine big Italian Sunday dinner.
Yep.
Everybody's passing everything. My brother reaches once, and Sherry goes, "If you reach across the table again, I'll stab you in the fucking hand." Right? And my brother reaches right across the table, and she
You gotta
took the
test her.
fork. Test. She took the fork and
No.
bang, wong, stuck in his hand.
Like
dude.
ER type thing? Or
No,
no?
like she pull it out. You put some Neosporin.
Yeah,
on
no,
it.
that was back in
Come
the day.
on.
He was like
That's
9.
legit.
Yeah.
He
Who's
deserves it.
9?
He was like 9. Yeah. Well, that's what
was
he
like a
didn't do that
newborn.
again.
Never
What about
again.
my
He still
mother?
doesn't
Once my mother kicked out. What about Vinny? We have a cousin Vinny who came over and he.
I got a
was-
cousin Vinny, too.
He was like, oh, he's
all
like
do.
he refused to kiss everybody hello when he came in the house. So my
Yeah,
mother goes,
that's
"You can't." It's
disrespectful.
Christmas at my house, and she goes, "Okay, you come in the house, you got to kiss everybody hello." And he goes, "I'm not gonna." She's like, "Well, you can't come to my house," and shut the door. And she left him outside on December 24th until he would come in and like and he was like being all stubborn. He like sat down, and then about 15 minutes in, he's like, "Okay, I'm ready to kiss everybody hello."
Here's my tongue.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go all in.
That's a funny story because my uncle John did the same thing. My dad's brother did the same thing. My uncle John was like, "Don't put your hand there. I'll stab it." He's like, "You're not gonna stab me in the hand." He's like, "Put it there." Bow.
No,
still
it's
has
amazing.
it.
You
Still
can't
has a scar.
You
War
can't have
wounds.
empty threats. I don't have children, so
not an
but
Italian
I'm saying
family.
you can't have empty threats because they learn how to walk over you. Right?
Absolutely, I'm not about to have empty threats.
That's the biggest thing because I have 2 stepsons, a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my wife is not a pushover, but she's more the person.
She's sweet.
She's sweet and she babies him, and I became like instant at it when I met her. The kids were younger, but I don't have children of my own as of yet, so I'm learning this whole like, oh, now I got to be a dad. I remember how my dad was. So when you say that you can't use the iPad, you really can't use it.
Yeah.
You
But
can't,
that like goes out the window.
just because you're bored doesn't mean you could let
I'm
them
getting
use it.
a
You know what I
fork.
mean? Like,
I'm getting
you
a
gotta
fork.
get
Yeah,
a
I got a fork.
Gotta get a
Listen,
fork.
start stabbing your stepkids. I think that's really the takeaway of today.
Yeah. Stab your kids.
So-
No empty promises.
Wait, we should rethink this. I think we missed the mark,
listen to
boys.
So
Are we gonna cut that out?
Yeah, no more editing. No more editing. We'll make Dennis cut this episode. So Mo, what did your parents do when you were growing up that gave you like the influence or the drive to actually do what you do now?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
No, I mean, well, the thing is that I always wanted to be an actor. My mom was a director and a stage manager at Joseph Papp Theater for many years. She did a lot of off-Broadway stuff, did a lot of stuff with high schools. My sisters are both singers. My sister, Nicole, was a trained opera singer. She sang the national anthem for the Mets a few times. I mean, so I kind of just followed in the footsteps, did a lot of improv when I was a kid. And when I figured out that being an actor is a lot more difficult.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, I mean, I want, and that's what I wanted to do. I went to acting camps in California. I mean, my parents are very supportive of everything. But then when I was about 13, 14 years old, I'm like, this radio thing, I could still do like acting somewhat and make people laugh and have fun with it, just in a different sense. And it was more realistic to get to that point. So basically, it was like when I was 17, 18 years old, my mom and dad were like, I'll give you a year. If you don't get it done within a year, like start getting paid, in this radio thing, then you got to go to school, and I didn't want to go to school. So I just hustled, made it happen, and talked to the right people, and did whatever I could to not go to school.
So-
go to school, by the way.
But that's great too, because you
Yeah.
start like you're from Brooklyn and you're right here in New York City. Like it's like
And I had to move all over the country 20 different times to make it
To get
here.
back, yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
I worked in Alabama and Texas. I
Detroit? Did you go through Detroit?
Not Detroit. I don't think I'd want to do that.
No, I'm not saying anybody wants to
I
do
love
it. But
Detroit,
but
but-
every jock that we've had on the show, or even
worked
that
in
we,
Detroit,
they've all gone through Detroit, and I've
market.
always wondered, like, what is it about Detroit that is that stepping stone?
Well,
A lot of people get killed.
Yeah.
the
lot of
editing-
job openings.
Editing. No, I worked in like Philly, Mobile, Alabama, San
Mo.
Antonio. Yeah, it worked in my
It worked
favor. I worked in Houston. I mean, I've been a little Kansas City,
but that I love hearing
Missouri
that.
or Kansas?
Missouri.
Missouri.
I lived in the Kansas side.
Okay.
I don't suggest either.
That's awesome. Though. I love hearing that because it's like you paid all your dues and made it back home
I did.
on the big scale.
And there's
Yeah.
no bigger place to land than
No.
200. You know what I mean? It
New York
is a-
City.
No.
It is the place to land. Right?
And it's hard. Yeah, there's auditioning. I mean, it's not like acting or doing that. But in a sense, this was my world where you have to do all those things. And so when you have 3,500 people literally going after one job, sending their demo tapes in and doing this and that. I mean, to me, it's just as cutthroat as
sure.
as going
and
for
now,
a role.
now being you got the afternoon drive, man. That's amazing.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
mean,
well deserved. He's badass on the radio.
Thank you.
I listen
Yeah,
to him
man.
all the time, and he's one of my favorite DJs
Thank you.
out there, and it's well deserved. But that's like Z100
Well, it's-
afternoon drive. Is
It's
like,
either you're Elvis Duran doing
Or you're doing
mornings,
that.
or you're doing afternoon. I mean, it's like the bookends. They
Yeah.
kind of call it the bookends. And I was on at night since 2009 on Z100, which that's a dream just to be on the radio station, quite honestly. I mean, we still have someone on the air live in the overnight. We have someone live all the time.
There's no such thing as a bad time slot if you're on Z100.
No, there really
Yeah.
isn't. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to that now because I've already done the overnight. I paid my dues, felt
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But to make it to afternoon drive,
It's crazy.
I mean, it's only been since August. I'm still pinching myself.
That's
You know,
awesome, man.
I'm still like, and I'm under more of a fine, tooth comb. Like I'm still like, people are like, you're being listened to more.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on this and this, and it's fine. But like,
Well, you have to because you have to step your game up, being in the.
that's what I'm
the,
saying.
Spotlight.
Stepping the game
Yeah.
up on it's a domino effect. Everybody
Absolutely.
has to do that, and I'm still learning. I mean, it's.
Do you have different producers that you brought with you, or the same producers?
I have no producers.
None, so it's you.
Everything is all me. I
that's
post
great,
my own
man.
blogs. I tweet my own tweets. I edit my own phone calls. I do everything absolutely
That's why it's
myself.
so good.
I mean, we have interns here and there if we want.
Oh, they're
for the
shit though.
semester.
If we're going to be honest.
I've had some good interns.
No. You know what? Actually, there are some. I met a lot of good people at Z100. The intern program is also killer, right? You got. Garrett came up as an intern.
Danielle
right?
Monero
Danielle
came
Monero,
up.
right? And then you have Carla
Carla Marie,
Marie,
who's
one
one
of
of
our
my
we
favorites.
just had her on.
So
She was an intern when I first started.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
wow.
used to see her as an intern.
It's crazy.
Just walking around, and now she's a lot bigger than I am right now.
We should
me
send
call
him. We should send him Dennis for an afternoon.
Yo, geez.
Dennis wouldn't last.
Our
10
intern
minutes.
Dennis is the worst human being on the planet. If you needed to yell, if I need something and I yell for Dennis,
Yeah.
right?
Doesn't happen.
Generally no.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
If you had to yell for him, I like to ask all of our guests. If you had to yell for Dennis right now, Mo, how would you yell for him? Or
Dennis!
That's pretty good.
Oh, I like that
It's
first
good.
stutter.
Fucking Dennis!
Oh, expletive. I
I
like
cursed again. I'm
More
getting-
editing.
They get a boner from cursing.
You're allowed to say it. There's no
The
editing
table
there.
is
I want to edit
lifting.
that hat off your head. if I could.
It's the holiday
Oh, you're going after the extravaganza? What are you doing?
Honestly, he's the only one with the holidayness
That's
right.
going on.
What about my
right now.
lumberjack?
DerekT.com, everybody.
Well, he dressed like an elf.
Check it out.
I'm wearing black and white. Like I'm monotone.
I didn't even bring like a red.
Not a
hat.
scarf, nothing.
Go get me a red hat.
The scarf would be
Go,
nice.
girls, go get me a hat. I got my girls here today.
I'm just
I need something festive. I need something festive.
I would like Dennis. Get him something festive.
Dennis! Sorry.
I would love one of those T-shirts that looks like Santa Claus.
Get him a Coke. It's got a red label on it.
That's great.
That says
Nice.
Santa.
I would like to invite all hackers, anonymous, possibly anyone. Just I want you to
Oh,
hack
no, don't do that.
DerekT.com,
Dude, that's probably super easy. Relax.
Hack DerekT.com.
Password is
Wait,
1, 2,
I could
3.
do it from my LG flip phone.
Dude, yeah, come on, relax. Don't do that. Just go to it.
So Mo, what actually what do you do We were kind of
There it
talking
is.
about like
There it is.
the Coke and it's got Santa on it.
Oh,
I trumped you a hat, bitch.
yeah.
Right,
And you
dude.
now owe him $6,000.
Oh wait, I got a couple of Coca-Cola.
Oh shit, more editing.
Yeah,
you don't.
more editing.
We got to
don't
send
play.
it directly to Coca-Cola.
Share this Coke with someone
Oh,
nice. It
yes,
says.
Sorry, just to make it legal, let's just
Yeah.
review how that tastes real quick. It was delicious, right?
Oh, so good. Sponsor us.
Well, first you got
we
to
can
open it.
No, if you review it, you can use it. That's the rule, right? With music too.
Yeah.
If I play a song, as long as I review it, I can.
Who you think
Wow.
anybody from Coca-Cola is watching this
That
shit?
really
Maybe they
impressed
will.
me,
We
though.
have-
That
we have
impresses me
Derek
that
Tia.
you know things like that.
Hold on, I got to drink.
It might be a podcast, but it's
Hold
still
on, I gotta-
goddamn
Ah,
professional.
no,
Come
stop it.
on.
No, this is very exciting. Is it good, though? Seriously?
Shit.
Wait, can it be a bad review?
I
be a
can
better
listen
review.
if it's a review. I mean,
works.
No, you know what? Were you a Coca-Cola or Pepsi guy growing up?
I guess my dad was a Pepsi guy, so by
You went by
default,
Pepsi.
I was Coke.
You were Coke.
did you guys, not to get
That's
off,
why you're a Cowboy fan. Too.
not to get too off topic, but did you guys, and I don't know if this is just me and my mom, love to do this. We love to what are you laughing at?
I don't know, man. There's
This is
so
not a
many ways.
sexual.
that
I know. I'm talking about Coca-Cola.
Me and my mom love to do Coke. That's basically what this is going down to.
snorting. No.
Mama
we would
bounce.
she would always pour me a glass of Coca-Cola, and then we would dip our Charles Chips potato chips in it.
Oh, okay.
Why is that funny?
I don't know,
Dennis!
What's Charles Chips?
Charles, you never heard of
Like
Charles
chocolate
Chips?
chip cookies, right?
No, Charles Chips.
Char-
Potato
Charles?
chips.
The potato chip.
Wait, you dip potato chips in Coke?
Yeah, it's salty, sweet. You got to do it.
Mo.
That's like the Wendy's
he lost
fries.
110 pounds.
Listen, at one time I ate that stuff. A lot of it.
that was a fat guy special back
It
in
was.
the day. I used to do. Did you ever do Coke and milk? Mix them together.
Cocaine and
my-
milk? Or?
No.
Oh,
That was from Laverne and Shirley, man.
That's like a poor man's
No.
float.
Yeah, that's what it was. Poor man's float.
I would drink it, though, honestly.
It's actually really good.
All right.
It's basically. It's not really good. It was drinkable. I'm going to be honest. I have to
review.
review that.
What's the word?
Here's the review.
Coagulates?
Yes. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like that's from Laverne and Shirley. One of them used to do that all
Well,
the time.
I like to get my Shamil and Shamazel on.
And something incorporated.
That's it.
Nice. It's just too much. You know what I mean?
All
It's
right,
too
let's
much.
keep this train
A lot
moving.
going
baby.
on, and I like it.
You were
like
talking about before, like how
Ah.
difficult it is, like to get into acting, Derek, right? You know, and then you were talking. It's really the same. So how did you like step out and make yourself different from the pack, man? From those thousands of people that wanted your gig,
Honestly, this gig or just any gig?
any gig. You know, how did you stand out? You know,
I mean, people do a lot of crazy things to get radio jobs, though. And I was this guy at one point. Like, I rented a billboard once. And honestly, that stuff never worked. When I did those things, I
thought of
see it too,
I've
though,
thought
right?
of that.
But like you send like baskets of food, you send something funny along with things. But and you know, going for the afternoon drive job too, being in the building already, and I knew thousands of other people were going for the job. I by no means had the job. I was told, hey, there's other people up for it too. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. But it's funny because I get to see other people send in stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
like Z100 balloons, and I'm just like, man, I'm not doing that. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm
But
above
you-
that. I'm not doing it.
You had an edge, right? You had an edge on the.
Well, I mean, I've been
competition.
at this station for 6 years at the time before I got this position, so I was hoping. But I when I had my meeting with my boss, he was very open and honest that
Yeah.
there are other people, and I did hear through the industry and other people. You know, we all talk and stuff.
Well, people transfer city to city too. That's the big thing, right? Like people could come down.
Yeah.
From
Oh no,
Boston or
I was
whatever, you know?
transferred from Houston coming here.
Yeah.
They moved.
So
me
you
and
basically you
everything
aren't
else.
going just against. You're going against every hot DJ
Oh,
across
no,
the
I'm sure.
country.
Yeah.
So.
No, there's definitely and I knew from the beginning it wasn't just my gig. I had to work for it. They said, hey, you're going to audition for it. And we are talking to this and this and this person. And I find out those people, they message me, hey, I got a call. Can you help me out? I'm like, no, I'm trying to get that job too.
man.
You're on your own.
You're like, yeah, I'll put a word in.
Yeah, the word
Actually,
is die.
Don't do it.
Actually, don't even do it. You're coming in. They really like you. Just, just hope for the best.
Yeah, fall off the face of the
Wait, so
that's
for your audition, was it just like, all right, we're just gonna watch you when you do your thing?
Yeah.
Or was it like, here's a script to do
No,
this?
there's no scripts. It's just,
Yeah.
hey, I'm your boss. I'm in the office right down the hall, and I'm gonna be listening to you really loud.
Yep.
Do the afternoon show because doing afternoons between nights and afternoons, it's a different animal. You know, you're talking to not different people, but in a sense you are.
Well, nice you get people going ready to go out like the weekend.
Yeah,
show
and you're
stuff,
talking
you
to
know what I
younger
mean?
people and
Yeah.
people that are flipping through a lot more afternoons. People are driving.
Yep.
And it's just a whole different animal. So when you've been doing nights for so long and talking a certain way and being a little more hype, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, a little more in people's faces. In the afternoon, you have to calm it down, but not be dead. Just
Yeah.
but it's still a transition.
you don't want to incite road rage.
No. Well, although I do enjoy the thoughts of that.
Right.
For the right reasons. But
Are there any wrong reasons? I don't know.
never, no. But so that's what I was up against is not only auditioning and hoping my boss would understand that, I'm not getting too radio-y right now, but like my boss would understand, hey, I'm your night guy, but I'm trying to do afternoons. Understand, I'm still trying to come off that kind of thing. So it's a process. Yeah. It still is.
You find it's a different playlist too, like from night to afternoon. You playing different music.
They play the same.
It's really
shit
the
all
same
the time.
five songs.
It's a little, no. I mean,
I've been still trying to get Rob Bass. It takes two on,
I know.
and it won't do it for me.
listen.
Sneak it in,
Too late
man.
now to say sorry.
How many songs
No, this is Bieber.
a session do you actually get to choose on your own? Do you get
All
that?
right, I'm going to
freedom?
blow everybody's mind right now.
No,
There's a
no,
radio
no.
seat. You don't want me blowing you?
No, blow them,
ahead.
please.
Okay. The DJs don't choose their music. They haven't since the 1970s.
No, that's why I asked you. How many do you get to choose? Not even one.
No,
You can't even slip
no,
anything.
Zero.
No, when he's like, because honestly, he texts me, Rob Bass, bitch. Where is it? No, he's honestly done.
Yeah.
And he's like, I honestly am sick of this song. Fucking play Rob Bass,
Bass.
or I'm turning the goddamn station off.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you can't feel your face.
when I'm with
Only
you.
when you're with.
No,
me.
I don't care about your face and its feelings.
But it's listen. At the end of the day, it's a business, and when I say it's a business,
Yeah.
we have a music director, we have a program director. Now we are definitely asked all the DJs, and we definitely take requests, and we definitely do have to log those.
Sure.
And each week we do have to hand those in because when it comes to their music meetings, like, oh, Mo is getting 340 tweets or 620 these for this. So let's put it in call it as a research thing where they put the hooks out to thousands of random people, and it comes back with research.
So social media is taking a big part. What was the old
Huge.
radios? There was a radio system, a rating system like Jax or something like that. Almost like what you got on your TV show with the ratings.
Nielsen's?
The Nielsen's. What was it for radio?
Oh, it was Arbitron.
Okay,
Which
sure.
is, and it's now.
Arbitron rated number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, like that came right after the Alf Q commercial.
Yeah.
Alf Q, your club and concert calendar. Doo doo doo.
Yeah.
Tonight at Sayreville, Mo Bounce. Right? Like,
Yeah, right. No, but
Yeah.
the way it's rated now is
No, it'd be like tonight at Sayreville, Mo Bounce.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, I love those.
English Town.
So now social media is kind of taking that over
Not rated
or helping, but like it's getting
Well,
you're logging it right and seeing what people are
well,
saying.
we absolutely we're logging that. But the way we're rated is we have something called the personal people meter, and the ratings company goes to them into like a little pager you carry around.
Side note, me and Murray did that program for 2 years.
You did
We had the PPM.
really?
Yeah, it was a little pager you had to carry around and pick
then
up whatever frequencies,
and then you
whatever
dock
you're
it.
listening to
Whatever
everywhere.
you listen, you know the days of like you have to say the radio station. People won't know you unless you say your name
Yeah.
and your radio station.
the
You
call.
can never say it now, and it doesn't matter. It picks
What
up
a
the actual
scam they make you
frequency.
do it too. They pay you to carry it and use it, and the more you use it, the more they pay you. And then if you stop using it, like Murray was like always grabbing his personal pager, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing it anymore.
personal pager.
And I just stopped carrying it, and the guy came to my house. He's like, listen, we really want you to do it. I'll give you a $100 Visa gift card if you turn it on for a week. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because you have to
fine.
dock it, right? And
Yeah,
then
you
it
have to
sends
dock
all
it
the
and send it
info
all
up.
in.
Yep.
So then I did that, and then I made more money than Murray by not doing it. Yeah.
Man.
Things are really about to change. I don't know if you know this about the radio industry, a little bit in television too. When this election is over and Donald Trump actually is elected president,
Oh, yeah?
he's changing everything. Isn't that right, Don?
Yes, it's going to be huge. We're going to build walls of radios all across the nation.
Donald, you're getting carried away with the wall. Now it's going to be walls of radios.
Everything's a wall.
What does a wall of radios look
That's really
like?
good.
What do we do is we stack walls of radios.
Is that going to keep out the terrorists?
100%. We're going to put on Mo Bounce the whole time.
I love
that guy.
Donald for president. And you and your hair.
Don't even ask who's going to help him build that wall because like who he wants one person to run for vice president. That really blows my mind. You ever see Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I'm not a huge watcher of the
You've
show,
seen it though,
but I have
Jesse
seen it.
Pinkman.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually going to be vice president.
Oh, of
isn't that right,
course.
Jesse?
Yo, I'm going to be like vice pres, bitch. I'm like selling meth to everybody in the United States to vote for my man Trump. It's true.
So wait, let me
Ooh,
get
the
this right.
switch up is good. I like the switch
Let me,
up.
it gets better. Wait. So wait, what are you telling me, Donald?
the
Is that
Secretary
you,
of State.
you, Jesse Pinkman, are going to build a wall and play Mo Bounce music to keep out the terrorists. It's going to be
Oh.
huge and sell meth. But how are you going to get Jesse to the top of the wall? You're going to need somebody strong. I don't know. Let's say Arnold
It's
Schwarzenegger.
going to be simple. We're going to take Mr. Pinkman and throw him up to the top and say, you get down and you listen to Mo Bounce. You get out of this country.
Jesse, how do you feel about that?
yo, it's like he just picks me up and chucks me because
This is half the podcast.
He's like,
He just
man,
sits there
strong.
and
Good.
He just sits there and
He's like,
You need to
"Mr.
be on my
Universe."
show next. That's
I try to get him in fights with his characters against one another and,
Yeah.
and switch them up. But it's kind of
Debates.
difficult.
I like
you,
that.
you see his
Hard.
head almost explode. The poor fella.
and you could tell that he loves when
Loves
you do
it.
that. When you
Loves
go
it.
to him to do that, like your face lit. It lit
It's
her
fun.
up.
It's fun. I mean,
Of
it's not
course
me
it
though,
is.
but
And now he's going to be in a Christmas Carol playing Tiny Tim. DerekD.com, everyone. Get tickets.
It's not Tiny Tim.
You're playing
He's
Tiny Tim,
I'm
right?
playing Fred, Ebenezer Scrooge's nephew. All right,
Are you credited?
I am
Fred.
Fred. Well, no, it's like I didn't even know his name was Fred before I took the role. I just thought it was Ebenezer Scrooge's nephew, but his name is Fred. I was like, is it Frederick? Like very? No,
No, it's Fred.
fucking
Straight up Fred.
Wait, is Fred his nephew?
Yes.
You're not Tiny Tim?
No.
This whole time I've been plugging you. I thought you have to shave. I thought you looked old for that.
I get it. I'm half an inch shorter than you.
Yeah.
Listen, people say I look
That's
like a
half an inch.
WWE wrestler today. What's his name? Big Dudley Doolittle?
Oh, Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Dudley.
He's
I know.
like,
That's a
I've met
throwback.
him. He's like 8 feet tall.
Him and Joe Rogan had
Yeah.
sex, and this is what we got.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I did vote on that tweet on Joe Rogan, by the way.
Oh, did you?
I
Bucket
did.
of shit, right?
I did. No, Joe Rogan.
Wait, I think Bucket of Shit's winning. Hey, can you check it out? Hold on. I'm gonna.
Is this porn music?
Let me bring down the porn music real quick. Frankie, our producer. Frankie,
Oh, yeah.
can you pull that up? Your mic's on. Say hello to Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Aye.
We
Hi,
put out a
everybody.
tweet. We put out a tweet earlier. Who does M. Polano look like the most? Bubba Ray Dudley, Shel Silverstein, Joe Rogan, or a bucket of shit? Thanks a lot, Dennis.
I do like Shell's.
Shel Silverstein.
The picture of Shel Silverstein on the back of the Giving Tree looks like
I-
his driver's
that's my
license.
favorite book,
It looks like his
It looks
driver
like
license
You got
photo.
it?
Go ahead, Frank.
Who's winning?
So, coming in at 21%, Bubba Ray Dudley.
Really?
At
Wow.
32%, Joe Rogan. Shel Silverstein, 7%.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And a bucket of shit.
40%.
All right, your mic's muted now. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Poopies.
Mo Bounce, that porn music means we're going to play a little game called Top or Bottom. It's tailored to
Oh,
you. I'm going to give you
course.
2 topics. If these two things were in a relationship, which one will be on the top, which one will be on the bottom? We're going to round table it. We'll
Okay.
start with you.
All right.
You ready to go? Top or bottom, number 1, Kanye or the Biebs?
The Biebs on top, Kanye on bottom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Bieber on top over
Well, he's
Kanye.
growing up.
Yeah. He's definitely grown up.
Yeah.
His new.
I've talked to him many times in interviews, and
Have you spoken to Kanye much or no?
a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's
Well, I have to say, Purpose is a killer album.
well. The thing is, and if I could rant a little bit with Justin Bieber, people like to say what they want to say about Justin Bieber, and oh, he's a douchebag, this and that. And listen, I've interviewed the kid since he's 15 years old. Now he's in his 20s, and every time I've seen him through the years, and it's always years between, a couple years between, and he always has more and more security and people around him, and he doesn't need to know who the hell I am. He doesn't. And I see him 2-3 years apart, and he stops and he goes, "Mo, what's up? Wow, you lost weight. Wow." And like he doesn't have to do that. There's no one telling him, "Hey, that's Mo over
Yeah.
there. Go say hi." Like,
Yeah.
it's just. And every time I talk to him, we have that relationship. Like we just talked in September, and he totally said to me, "He's like, by the way, I hate doing interviews with you. You suck. I'm here because I have to be." And I called him an asshole, and we just laughing because that's what
Yeah.
you know. Like I don't know.
You're joking around.
Yeah, we're joking around, but what I'm saying is that's kind of like relationship I
Yeah,
like
that's
to build
awesome.
with these people I talk to.
Yeah.
Because then the next time he'd be like, "Hey, yeah," you know, it's. I like the kid. He's cool.
Derek D.
You know, I like old school Kanye. I don't like now Kanye.
Yeah.
And the thing about Bieber, the dude plays the drums. He does play guitar. He can sing. He can skateboard a little bit. So I think I would go. Bieber on top right now. Like right now.
It could change. Hey, man.
That's the beauty of it.
Back in the day, it goes Kanye on top. But right
Yeah.
now, Bieber on top, Kanye bottom. Because what has Kanye done lately?
Interesting.
I'm jamming out to Sorry. I like that song. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Kanye's talking about running for president. You better get that impersonation
Exactly. So
down.
bottom.
Oh god.
Gatto.
I go Kanye. I like Bieber much more than I thought I would. The new album, like I said, Purpose, I just downloaded it. It's actually, I don't buy many albums, and I bought it on iTunes.
Just the fact that you're saying buy albums
Yeah.
is so interesting.
And
So-
more dudes buy this album, they're saying, than anything else.
But I mean, I think it's. I really enjoyed the music, and then I did get to know him through a couple of, just through a couple interviews and stuff. Because
Yeah.
it really, you know, to come back this strong with an album and like put your money where your mouth is. After I really started to. The turn for me was the roast when I did the roast for him, and at the end,
Oh, they
it took
that was
balls to take that
brutal.
roast because
Hilarious.
nobody
It was
was going to
bad.
be able to hit like those comics. That is the ripest target out of any roast.
and the comics they picked, of course.
And yeah, and I mean, it was just to have the nerve to put yourself out there and just get ripped apart, like you knew it was going to be mean spirited. Like everything that they said about him was totally mean spirited. You need a really thick
truth,
skin.
man. You know that.
Wasn't
if
Martha
anybody does.
Stewart like she crushed?
She crushed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she had great writers for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
great
yeah.
writers. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but her
Con-
delivery was.
But Kanye, I mean, that graduation album was probably my favorite album of all time.
That's what I said.
Of
Old
all
Kanye,
time,
old
dude?
Kanye top.
It's
Come
definitely up there.
on.
Dude.
Not Rob Bass?
Name one.
MTV Party to Go 2, Volume 2?
No, Volume 3 was better than 2. We all know that, first of all. Second of all, I mean, listen to every track on Kanye. I mean, if you put every song, you know every song on that album.
That's true.
I got to put Biebs on top. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying that.
Me
'cause-
either. It was kind of hard.
Yeah,
to get,
but I really despise Kanye. Even if, take that album out of it. Like, if I'm going to look at them as people, I guess as musicians,
It's two totally different things, though. Musicians and
Well, I mean,
people.
that's, you know.
But you know that. I mean, my opinion is you should judge them as musicians because you don't know them as people.
That's true, but it's easier us to judge them as humans. And the thing is, I hate when artists or just actors, anybody who says, "Oh, man, it's like paparazzi." This, you signed up for it. At the end of the day, you signed up for
And
it.
is it really that bad?
Well, it could be.
I mean,
it
who
could
knows? We
really
don't know,
fucking
but
suck. Honestly.
I don't know.
But if you signed up for that, you signed up for it.
Yeah.
Done. Like that's it.
It comes with
Joe,
the territory.
sign some autographs. Just stop saying no. Stop
No,
saying
me. You know, I'm a real jerk.
I'm just kidding.
Top or bottom number 2, MTV Music Awards or Nick Kids Choice Awards?
Nick Kids Choice
Yeah,
Awards.
right?
First of all, I do work for Nickelodeon. I'm on Nick Radio, but that's not why. It's because it's because I've been to both shows.
Right.
I've been to the MTV shows. I've done the red carpet on both of them, and the Nick shows are so fun. Like you could, it's kind of like this for me. You could just be who you really want.
You can say fuck all you want.
Yes, no, I'm covered. Fuck you. No, but honestly, it's really really fun, and everybody gets to bring their kids out and have fun with it, and it's not so like it's stuck up, and not that MTV's not stuck up obviously, but
No, but it's a different thing for those.
it's a totally
people,
different thing. But I've personally had more fun at the Kids Choice Awards and the Halo Awards, just because the atmosphere is a lot different. And It's
Yeah.
just a lot more.
I mean, the MTV Music Awards, have they not lost their way?
I feel like they have.
And
Or are we just
try
old?
Well, no, now.
You know what I'm saying, though, man?
No,
No, we may be old, but we're still in touch.
they're trying to still do the they had years ago, which came naturally.
Yeah.
And you can't fake the funk, I don't think.
Well,
I like that, man.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I think about if you look at the artists that you were dealing with back then, I think that's a big
Well, that's different,
big
too.
piece of it. I mean, look at
Yeah.
the artists when you're trying to do VMAs, you know, with the different talent from 5 years ago versus now, or 6 years ago versus now. I mean, like the Eminem thing. Like anytime Eminem was on, everybody was like,
He was a Slim Shady.
yeah, I know it was a
Yeah.
Slim Shady. But I mean, like anybody, like that was unbelievable. But like anybody. They couldn't wait to see Eminem. Everybody, hate him, love him, whatever. Like this. It was just
So what do you
like a
say
big
now? There's
draw.
so much exposure to these people.
There
it's not
is.
the same.
It's
thing?
not the same. Like the
I like that.
VMAs, people weren't so accessible. It was like you just got to see them at the VMAs. You know what I mean? Like it was like that was one of the only times you got to see them during the year. Now you could see everybody every second of every day.
Everybody's very accessible.
Yeah.
It's very
And the
accessible.
weird thing about it too, though, well, I guess
I would actually say the the Kids Choice Awards though.
on top.
I would, but because the excitement around the way kids feel about stuff is
It's-
so much better.
you
There's
can't
just
fake that.
You can't. There's a natural
Nope.
energy around
That's well put.
I would agree too, because I don't even know what MTV's doing nowadays. Like when they have the VMAs or they have the movie awards, I see no promotion for it. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's on this.
Yeah, but you're
Sunday.
not watching the things you used to watch. That's my point.
I
Like
guess,
you're old.
I don't
like
know,
you,
but
do you
I see-
follow MTV on Twitter?
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you were watching like
I don't
the
think
Real
they-
World and the Road Rules and like I even said Road Rules, like that shit hasn't been
wow.
on in 20 years. Love it.
And just dust it off the brain.
I think Real World still is on though.
Well, the challenge, dude. I'm
Yeah.
addicted to the challenge. But
I don't
so
watch it.
I
if
can
I'm
see
not
that.
if I'm not watching the challenge, I don't know when the MTV Music Awards are on.
See, I mean, I'm going Nick on top. Nickelodeon's cooler than MTV. MTV doesn't even pay
And
well anymore.
what's funny about that is it's same company too. MTV,
Yeah.
they're right down the
Viacom,
hall. I
yeah.
go have meetings when I go to Nickelodeon. Have meetings like MTV. People are right down the hall.
Yeah.
So it's the same people kind of putting their heads together. Same production company putting on the shows. But with the kids show, it just comes out a lot more fun. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think this year at the MTV, I'll put Nick on top as well, but I think this year at the Music Awards, they should bring back You Can't Do That on Television and slime people.
Yeah.
With Alanis
Double dare.
Morissette.
Yeah. Why was she in it?
She was on you, yeah.
You
Double
can't, you
dare.
can't do that on television.
Yeah, that was the name of the show where they say, I don't
Yes.
know, and they get
No, it's
slimed.
Double
Yeah.
Dare.
No,
No.
they stole that from.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, same network.
No,
so they
Double
didn't-
Dare was a game show.
Double Dare
Right, where you
Somebody
got
got
green
slimed.
slimed, but that
Yeah.
comes
Yeah, but that was
from-
the OG. Yeah, you OG'd that one.
Doji,
Right?
really
that.
was. I can't believe
Yeah.
it.
They would be at the lockers in school, and someone would go, I don't know, and they would dump green slime on
Yeah.
them. That's where it comes from.
Can't say
Catchphrase.
I don't know.
Okay, I got you. It was just creepy when you talk about kid shows.
AK, one of our producers on Fastlane Daily, he worked on.
Shameless plug.
I'm talking. We're talking. He worked on.
I know. I'm sorry. DerekD.com.
By Brawny.
By the way, we're in the Fastlane
Sponsored
Daily
by-
studio,
We
right?
are, right.
But no, AK worked on Nickelodeon back then. He worked there for years, and he was responsible for a lot of that slime.
Really?
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
Top or bottom, number 3, Dick Clark or Ryan Seacrest?
Oh man.
I love when I say Dick Clark. Your whole face has changed.
I thought you
Like,
were gonna stop at Dick.
we can change it to Dick or Crest.
You know, here's the thing, man.
Why
Dick
would
Clark.
you say Clark or Crest?
You got a good point.
Dick Crest.
60%.
60%.
60%.
I would say Dick Clark.
Yeah.
And because he's a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, and no disrespect to Seacrest. He works with Z100. Love you, Seacrest. But,
He'll get there.
huh?
Seacrest will get there.
Well, he's already on the. He has a show.
doesn't
he
he-
has a show.
No. I mean, Seacrest will get there with the exposure. Like, he'll be
Of
a
course.
legend to
Oh.
our kid. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It
He's-
took Dick Clark.
Oh, I thought he was already there. I thought you were
Doesn't he
joking.
rule doesn't he rule media?
Yeah, but
He
not
owns
in
a
a
lot of-
way. He doesn't have the respect that Clark has for being in the industry as long as he's been.
And you know-
like people love him and he's great, but just imagine like Dick Clark when he was, he had that much amount of time. People loved him probably as much as they love
Well-
Seacrest right now. But then you jump in and become a legend when you're in it that long.
Well, the thing is, Dick Clark, and for someone like me who's a broadcaster, he paved the way for people like me
That's right.
at my age.
Yeah.
Now, Seacrest will do the same thing for people that are just now coming up.
I feel like they're the same person. I feel like
Well,
it's like the same kind of
Right,
thing.
like he sold his soul to the devil. Now,
yeah, now
I
he became-
like
that's
that.
it, yeah. That should be a good book.
Oh man, jeez, I don't know. Dick Clark's a legend, so Dick Clark on top, Seacrest on the bottom.
I go Seacrest for one reason.
You just have to be different.
you might have to do.
No, because Seacrest is in. It's Dick Clark was kind of like the guy that did it, right? He's the guy that broke out. Name somebody else that Dick Clark was going up against. You probably can, right?
Casey
But then if you
Kasem.
look at
Yeah.
everybody,
This
well,
is
Casey
Casey
Kasem, yeah. But everybody, look if you look at Seacrest and what he had to go against
Yeah.
everybody. Like he's got, there's some really powerful hosts out there. Nick Cannon.
Mo Bounce.
Mo Bounce.
Eric D,
But I don't even mean on the radio. I mean just as
No, I
a
know.
personality in front of camera too. He's got Carson Daly. He's got all this where hosting has actually become a thing now. You know what I
pool
mean?
is a lot.
Dick Clark ended up hosting because he had that personality.
Well, not only that, but there was only how many networks were there
Exactly
when
right.
Dick Clark was coming up? Now there's
that's-
it's
yeah.
infinite, man, infinite.
But and how much does it suck
point.
for the dude on that first season of American Idol? It was Ryan Seacrest.
James
Dinkelman.
Dunkeldorf,
Dinkelman.
Yeah.
No,
Dennis, Google.
no, it was.
Dennis!
It was.
Yeah.
I was like saying.
Who was the co-host on? All right, sweet.
I think it was
No,
it was like Dinkleberry or something. It was,
no. Stop saying stupid words so I can.
It
get
was Jeff Dunkelman.
Dunkelman.
I said
Google it real quick.
Dunkelman.
Dunkelman.
Dinkleman.
Yeah, it was Dumbledore. It was Dumbledore.
Dumbledore,
yeah.
Dinkelman.
Harry Potter and Dumbledore. That's
Yeah.
what they were the co-hosts were.
Douglas Dinkleman. But that sucks for him. That's man.
Yeah.
He was on like the Surreal Life or something on VH1 way back. Like
But those are the guys like that. That's that's how movies are made. When
Yeah.
you make movies and they,
That's
what are they
absolute-
doing now?
Yeah.
Like they're snorting coke, like they're jumping in pools naked in other random
Yeah.
pools. Like that's not your pool.
Random
I
pool.
thought I
They-
lived here. Like,
I did one.
They had
Yeah.
They had that show not too long ago. It was a documentary show, kind of what you're talking about, right? Where Eric Neese from the Real
Yep.
World and the Grind
Oh,
was
yeah,
on it.
yes.
Motion, right?
Yeah, I went to high school with him, and then the dude from Baywatch,
oh yeah,
the young kid, Cody.
Brody.
They're all
Cody
they're all
was on-
cokeheads.
Are-
All of
yeah.
them.
Cody was. I know.
Sucks.
I think he went to like rehab.
Oh, and then Rizzo, not Rizzo, but the dude from Greece, man.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
died?
Dead. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
He's a big dead.
He's a capital D.
big dead.
Capital dead.
It's smelly.
Top or bottom? Speaking of dead, I don't know why I said that, but top or bottom number 4, Sicily or Lebanon?
Are you kidding me?
Hey man,
I can't choose.
that's difficult, right?
I'm gonna say Sicily.
Yeah.
Ah, I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I go
gonna say
Sicily.
Sicily.
Really? Oh, I thought you were gonna say Lebanon.
Oh, well, because my wife doesn't
Well,
watch
no,
this
but-
shit.
No, but you're,
If my,
your daughter, not your wife.
my daughter, my 7-month-old daughter's watching this, you're such an asshole.
That's not what I was going at.
I go Lebanon if
I
my
was
wife
saying
is watching.
you love her so much.
I love my mother and sisters more than I love my wife. Wait, edit that out.
Oh, keep that in.
Whoa!
Great for ratings.
I don't know what to do.
It
with
really
that.
will be.
I don't even know where to look. I'm
PBM.
uncomfortable. I'm just uncomfortable.
No. Lebanon, Sicily. Who gives a shit?
All right, last one. If you get this one right, you win the game, Mo Bounce. Everybody
Oh.
wins the game, so
Oh,
don't
good.
fuck it up.
All right.
Top or bottom number 5, Z1. No, what is Z100? or iHeartRadio?
Aren't they one and the
Oh,
same?
Jesus.
No, because it depends on interpretation. Let's see what Mo has to say about it.
Well, I can ask it a different way if you want. I could pose the question:
All right, go ahead.
terrestrial or internet radio? Frankie, chime in here. You wrote that. You wrote it.
Yeah.
Is that what you
Well,
wanted?
I think Joe's right. We should hear what Mo
Well,
thinks.
thanks.
Here we go. Z100, I say, because Z100 gave me my job.
Okay.
iHeartRadio came after I was already at Z100. Now our company name has changed to iHeartMedia, and the company still very much pushes out and promotes listening to live radio stations. So even if you're not listening to it on a terrestrial level, you're still listening to it.
Yeah. That's
like-
exactly,
yeah.
that's
Fuck
exactly
all
what I
y'all.
thought.
Yeah, well,
That was a well thought out response. Good work.
It actually wasn't, but no,
No,
Z
it is, man. There's just a lot there.
No, it's great, but the
No,
right
I got
answer was
love for all of
iHeart.
it.
So
It
you
is on your
lost.
paper. It
You
does-
lost.
it does
iHeart's
say
the
it.
right
Yeah, it
answer,
does
so
say
you
it.
lost.
All right.
I'm taking notes.
Taking these
Should I
things
mute
off.
him now? Should I just mute his microphone?
I don't work for them. I don't care.
There's so many things. Before we get to that, what do you think, man? Who's on top?
I mainly only listen to Z100 in the car when I'm not listening to Sirius. So Z100 top.
Yeah, you can go die. It's cool.
Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know what I know. You know what I do notice sometimes though. I listen.
Oh,
to,
well,
I
we
listen
actually
to-
are on Sirius.
I listen to Z100
We're
on Sirius.
We're on
and I
Channel
flip-
12 also.
I
yeah.
flip back and forth between there and Howard, but I've noticed.
I don't blame you on that one. Okay, I love you again.
Kiss-
I don't blame
That
you.
was easy.
Yeah.
But like
It was.
getting back real quick to what you were saying, like
Yeah.
you don't pick the songs. There's been times where literally Z100 and Kiss FM in LA,
Yeah.
same songs.
Well, that's a coincidental thing. It's just.
Is it really?
They're all
Yeah.
picking to the same shit. Nobody can
It was
feel
like
their
two in a
face.
row, same.
No.
It's a world
And
domination.
No one can feel their face on either coast.
when I'm
Well, and not before. I know we want to get around the room, but on one final note on the Z100 iHeartRadio thing, is that Z100. We had a meeting today. Every Thursday we have a staff meeting, and Z100 is so global. Even though we're the biggest top 40 station in America, it's so global. I get people that call me all the time from Germany, from Switzerland. I get all these Skype numbers that come in, and I'm thinking it's like Connecticut, and they're like, "I'm in
Yeah.
Dubai." And it's like, cool, and people are just like, and they try to, as much as they can in English. They say, you're my favorite DJ, or I like when you do this and that, and it's like, it brings you back down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, Z100 has always been a New York type brand, but it's so nationwide now and worldwide.
Mo, I got the app. Don't worry, I got it. I got
Well, that's
iHeart-
good.
I got our
That's
radio.
good. We got the iHeart Family app now. All right, I'm gonna stop.
I mean, I go Z100 just because there's a nostalgia to it.
I mean, there's so many. I'm going to say iHeartRadio just because I'm going to take the internet stance. And of course, we're like, listen, man, we're doing a podcast right now, right? It's a whole different realm, and to kind of bring it back to the revolution of your industry, man. Like, do you see like a huge change coming? Even though, like you said, terrestrial radio is even putting it out there on podcasts, or even they're putting it out there on other ways for people to listen to it.
Yeah.
And with the advent of all this technology in cars and such, I mean, do you see like sooner or later?
Well, here's the thing, and people talk about this all the time. We can get real deep if we want, but I know we don't have that. We don't have 6 hours. But
it's one of my all-time favorite topics, though.
well, it's still radio is still, and not just research shows, but I get to live it every day. And being in a corporate radio world, radio is still the biggest outlet that touches people more than TV, that more than anything else.
right now.
It's continuing to grow, and that's what's funny about it, is that radio is the oldest medium, basically, and it's still the most relevant according to what thousands upon thousands of people tell us in research and blind studies and this and that, and just by talking to people. When the hurricane came, that's one small example. We lived at the station, didn't shave, didn't shower, didn't do any of that. People went ape that they could talk to us. There was no TV, there was no nothing else, but radio was always there.
Radio still worked.
Unfortunately, 9/11, when that happened, I was not in New York at the time, but nationwide, radio was the only thing that people really reached out to, because that was
Instant source.
Yeah, it's an instant source. People people feel really close to you, and I know that sounds cliche and funny,
it's
but I lived it and still live it, and we have plans if God forbid something else happened. That way, we could still be that to those people.
Yeah.
And besides, the emergency situations, just by having fun, radio is still looked at as the number one source for new music. That's not me saying it. That's what, millions of people coming back and research is still saying.
That's like ironic though.
And
in a
I didn't
sense,
even
right?
believe it. I was like, wait, YouTube? I go to YouTube. Like I go to
Well,
this
that's what
and
I'm saying.
that.
Like you say, the research says it's number one for new music, but you play the same 5 songs all the time. Whereas if you went onto
You're right.
like any digital app, you could really hear like the 4 of us could pick up instruments
Sure.
right now and put out an album.
You're sure.
Like
No,
that's
you're
new-
right.
But
that
the difference is people don't do that.
well, and
no, they do it every day.
No. But people don't do that as much as everybody listens to. Everybody has listened to or can listen to a radio. You don't need to download an app, know to do any of that. Like you think about the people out there, right? If you even say Twitter to people, some people are like, I don't use Twitter, or
it's
there'll
all
be people
relative.
that you've never gone to anybody. Oh, I heard it on the radio. I don't use radio. Nobody says that.
Well, and
you know what I mean? Nobody says I don't use
think it's a
radio.
good point.
to go on that
point.
point, and I agree with you. It's like, oh, you guys play the same 5 songs, but you got to think about it. Top 40 radio, which our target audience is 18 to 34 females, and not to get too deep.
That's why I love it.
But I know. All right, but people listen usually in increments 15 to 30 minutes tops at a time.
Right.
A top 40. Now, Light FM, which is one of our sister stations, they're in doctors' offices. They can't play songs every 5 minutes because they're literally
It's on
made to
all
listen
day,
to
yeah.
as an all day. We're not made to listen to as an all day station. We're not.
Yeah.
We're like in doses, and then that's enough.
Right, because
And that's what our-
age group's retention span is probably
yeah,
like
and that's
5
our
minutes.
business. So I get it. So it's rare when people say, "Hey, I just heard that song 25 minutes ago." People don't call and say that.
Yeah.
They just don't because the normal person won't call.
Has
and say
tuned
that
you
'cause
out
they're-
already.
Yeah, exactly. They already shut me off.
Yeah, get
That's
done.
a good point.
But
man.
that's just there's a rhyme and reason for everything. But I get what you're saying. You
Yeah.
know, I understand.
When is the last time you heard the sound, and what does it mean to you?
You've got mail.
Yeah, AOL.
Do you did you? Let me ask you this.
Oh, I was a dial-up dude.
Did you have and please don't tell us what it is. Did you have a AOL Instant Messenger screen name?
I don't think I never. Yeah, I did.
You had to if you had AOL.
did.
I want you to think about it real quick because I like to. Derek D's got this uncanny ability to pinpoint what it was. I think he researches people and hunts it down.
I honestly can't.
I
remember
nailed it, like,
you
a couple
don't
weeks ago.
remember what it is?
Did you look online try to find me or something?
No, I don't
but he
look. I
nails
never
it.
look. I never
All
look.
right, go ahead. What do you think?
Oh,
Because you have to remind me, honestly.
well, I don't know. Well, it's probably something Mo Bouncy, but
No, I don't know if it would.
What, I might not have the
That
bounce
was
back
it.
then.
It's Mo Bouncy. No, I'm just kidding.
It's amazing.
You
did
did
it
get
again.
excited though.
what's your actual first name? You don't want to say.
My real, yeah, it's Mo.
All right, yeah, we know, okay.
All right, so
Honestly, you could look. My real name is everywhere. It doesn't matter.
your real name is everywhere. That's
Yeah,
very
it
strange.
is.
That's
That's
Lebanese or
strange.
Sicilian.
I don't know.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere bounce.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
I would
My
say
my mom and dad were hippies.
I don't know. Something with bounce in it.
All right. He doesn't remember it, so it's
I
not-
don't
He
remember.
doesn't remember who it doesn't.
No, it's Mr. Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Mo Money.
I think it was everything that I have
1968.
now. Still, like Radio Mo Bounce.
Radio Mobile.
I think it was.
Yeah, because the dream. I mean, 17.
Yeah.
You probably you
yeah,
were already
well,
a DJ.
yeah, exactly. I got it definitely after I've already started doing this stuff.
All right.
So I like to play that and ask people before we do the armchair futurist, right? So in the year 2050,
Yeah.
what you're sitting
Oh,
back
that's an
in your
interesting question for you.
you're sitting back in your reclining chair. We kind of skirted upon the issue, but
Will
in
it
the
be
year
a floating reclining chair?
you're
in
sitting back.
2050?
You could be floating. Yeah, it could be floating.
Still
Actually,
made by
Actually,
Lazy Boy.
hoverboard?
Still made by Lazy
please
Boy.
make- yes. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
what does your industry look like in 2050?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it looks like shit. There you go. We got the answer.
Wow, you
everybody.
really don't like me.
No, I love you. Actually.
No.
He doesn't.
I think it's definitely more web-based. I think it's podcasting to me, because I told you this walking in, like this is exciting for me because this is a medium that I'm not on a daily basis. And that's something that our podcasting is now big. Like they're really
Yeah.
pushing it even more on iHeartRadio, on the app and everything. You can put podcasting and everything on there. But I think everybody will have an amazing ability to have their own shows, and these shows will be bigger than radio. But I don't mean it because that's the way it's going to be. I mean it because radio is just going to be just like everybody else. You making your own show, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
everybody's going to be able to. It's really difficult because I see so many different things, and I'm in the industry, so I want it to go a certain way because I want to still have a job, but I don't know exactly. I mean, it's changed so much just in 10 years.
Right.
So much.
The technology. So the content is really going to remain the same, right? But is the
At
technology going to change so much?
At the end of the day, people just want content. At the end of the day, people just want to laugh. You know, people say all the time too, because I'm heard in like Portland, or I do a show in Portland, Oregon. I do a Nick Radio show nationwide, And it's always people always say, "Oh, but you're not talking about New York. This is New York. You have to talk about New York." Yes, in a sense, but at the end of the day, if you don't have fun content and you're not relating
Nobody
in some
cares,
way,
yeah.
nobody cares. You
Right.
can talk about Brooklyn all day, but then they're gonna be like, "All right, but can you just be funny? Can you just be funny?"
Right.
You know,
And if they don't know Brooklyn, they don't know
I
what
don't
you're
live in
talking about.
Portland, Oregon, but I'm on there every day, and I don't talk about Portland stuff, and I'm number one there.
That's great, man.
But then you get the haters that are like, hey, "He's not from Portland." So people like what I say, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fine. So it's just the content. Content will always be king.
And reach too, right? Like, there's something to be said,
Yeah.
like for what you're saying. You're on Z100 on Drive, and it's in New York City. But like when you do a podcast or iHeartRadio, you're
Sure.
really global, man. And when
you're
when you
right.
get those messages like you're talking about, or those phone calls from Bangladesh, that's pretty cool.
No, it's
know?
absolutely amazing.
I think that'll just be more and more and more.
That's the cool thing about the internet in general. Just is global. Like people are watching you globally, listening, watching, whatever medium it is. I mean, that's what's really, really cool about it. So, yeah, I mean, it'll only
This
get.
is so Oprah deep right now.
Hey man,
This is how we like to end it. We like to end it getting very deep.
Mo, man, thank you. Thank you
deep?
so much for coming out.
Mo,
man.
you're awesome,
guys.
baby.
This was
Fun
so
to meet
much
you.
fun.
I'm glad you did it, baby.
I'm gonna
Thank
come
you.
every week.
We would love you to
You're
come
in.
on, man.
That's it.
Bring us some of that Sicilian Lebanese food.
There you go.
Yeah, right?
Hey.
If you mix them up, you get the shits. Not good.
Anything you want to plug on the way out? Where can they stalk you?
I'm on Z100 New York City every day, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm on Nickelodeon Radio and iHeartRadio every day, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I'm also on Z100 Portland, 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday through Friday. I'm everywhere.
what's your Twitter and stuff?
At Radio Mo Bounce on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything. At Radio Mo Bounce. Follow me.
What he said.
Joe Gatto.
Go to @bestfriends on Twitter. Go help them adopt animals and/or spread the word if you can't adopt. But they're a great organization. So @bestfriends.
I just want to give a shout out to all the ladies who started our PBR fan page. Thank you so much. You can find us on the web, pbrpodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Us, give us some love, and we would love you back. We'll see you guys. Thank you, Mo.
Thank you, guys.
Happy holidays.
Mo.
All right.
That was fun.
Thanks, man.